How your meds working out for you, Fez?
I think they're doing pretty good for me.
Now, the other day you said you had a very good session with your teen psychiatrist.
Yeah, well, she's not a teenager, Ronnie.
Well, she's a lot younger than you, right?
She's
If you were dating her, we'd be like, this is outrageous.
All right, that much is true. So, yeah, and it was kind of a breakdown day, and I won't say breakthrough, but I'll say breakdown.
All right, what did you break down about?
I was having a rough day that day, and it was really, and I went and started a crying jag in there. You know, just out of.
Did you feel like you were on the air?
No.
Ouch.
Just do me a favor. Next time you start a crying jag, just say to her, I do this on the air. So she'll know to Baker Act you.
Oh, I've told her that this happens on the air.
What did she say about it?
And she's like, well, now she's used to me, but, you know, at first she was shocked.
Right, because that
She's
doesn't
like-
normally happen on your show.
Exactly, because, you know, she's a human. She's listened to radio before.
Yeah.
She's never heard.
Casey Kasem. Here's the hits! Here's the hits!
Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars.
Hi, Bobo.
I'm gonna die alone!
You know what'd be cool is us doing like dueling crying because we're both big
You're
criers.
crying.
Can you imagine if the two of us like arm in arm just crying? It would be.
I'll be
sick.
5 minutes. I bet I have both of you boned. Let me tell you the story about the sad little kitty. The sad little kitty who lost his mother.
Wait, should we move close together?
Yeah, and then you guys start to cuddle. All right, what had you in tears? What got you going down there? And I wish you would tape these so we could make some real money.
Right.
I would be able to just say, don't do it on the air. I'll just say, ladies and gentlemen, I have Fez with his psychiatrist, and he breaks down crying. We're selling this for $69.95. And it will be like
I don't know if that would make me smile
Home
again.
Shopping Network. Just the phones are blowing up. Ladies and gentlemen, 8 minutes into this, I hate to tell you, we are all out of Fez crying at the psychiatrist. Now, coming up in a few moments, we'll be selling Fez has a breakdown and dances nude on Opie and Anthony. So what got you crying in there?
I went in really depressed. I was, it wasn't I had bad moments on the show where I didn't feel good about myself that day.
Yeah.
And it was the first time in a long time where, I've been fighting anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
But it was the first time in a long time the depression part had come in, and I got into this whole spiral of stupid pills aren't working, stupid pills,
Stupid pills.
and I was just at the end of my rope by the time I got in there. I had worked myself up.
Oh, so you were crying before you even got there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, because I knew I was going to be talking about everything and how
Right.
bad I felt. And I had worked myself into such a pitch, such a frenzy by the time I got in there that, the door wasn't shut before it was Niagara Falls, Frankie Angel.
I don't know how anyone has that job.
Was it waiting room crying or was it like the walking in the street before you even get there crying?
It was.
Why are you so familiar with this, Bobo?
Because I
that it
do
would
this shit all the time.
that it would actually have categories that he's familiar with. Or were you crying at the 7-Eleven?
I understand exactly what he's talking about. It was in the street.
Now,
Yeah.
here is an odd thing, and maybe I shouldn't jinx, but to me, yesterday, your post-crying day, and the day that you were on with O&A, I'm like, yeah, that's Fezzy, that's the Fez Watley we all, pay to listen to. That's the guy. You got him back. So I'm wondering if it was better for you to have whatever session you had. Did she tell you something that helped?
She didn't really tell me anything that helped. When we talked about the crying jags and I said this happens on the air,
Yeah.
she just looked at me and she goes, then what happens? Because she can't, can't imagine what in the world. Well,
Do me a favor. Don't tell her that I give out prizes. Because that...
I told her.
No, did you?
Yeah.
That might make me look inhuman.
I said we try to incorporate it into the show. And, we'll actually give out a prize.
Remember when
So
Don
I was Lucille Ball in there.
All right, so where does she take you with it? I'm very interested in how she does something with you when you're in that state.
Well, she went back to the session just a week ago before, where I was telling her, hey, I think the meds are doing good for me.
Right.
And I was telling her these good things that had happened and these things that, I was able to do, like when I was on vacation that I'm normally afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
So what she immediately did was start bringing up a laundry list of all the good things I had told her. Because at that point, I'm just blind.
That's the funny thing about a shrink. A shrink, when you're feeling good, makes you feel bad and says, we made some real progress. You come in there bad, we made you feel good. There's some real progress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
totally.
All they really want to do, see, it's hard, isn't it, Bobo, when you're trying to do the show?
It is hard. It's so hard right now, I can't stand up.
You're trying to do the show when Frenchie's bad.
Jesus.
And now he's pointing at me while I'm talking to you about your tearfulness. But so so you're crying, and so she's bringing up other good things. Where did that take? Have we got to the basic problem yet? Have we figured out where we're going with this?
I don't think we've gotten to the basic problem yet. One thing we went into was isolationism.
Yeah.
And the fact that I don't have relationships and stuff.
Yeah.
There was a lot of deep stuff there. And that I stayed by myself, at all night long and, 17 hours a day and all weekend long.
Does she think that's a problem or that's good?
She thinks it's a problem. Because I'm obviously not a well person emotionally.
I think you are.
So, that's nice.
Compared, to Earl and Dave and Bobo and Perry and everyone else I know.
Oh, come on.
Just a league of losers.
Just about everyone else I know.
That's too long to be alone, though. It really is. Because you're, you participated on those Friday Night Lights. You show up. You're the center of attention at all these events. You have some element of a social being in you that you repress.
Or is that the showman? Like he shows up here, I'm the showman, but is this not the real Fez? Is the real Fez the guy who's home who wants to be alone? And I will say this, I need time to recharge the batteries, and I'm sure O&A do work in this job. When you work this job and you're like, hey, I'm very in the moment and I'm talking to people, and there's times that after that you need to put it on the back burner a little bit. You can't go like that 24 hours a day. And most people do not have a job where for X amount of time they have to be on.
Right.
This is almost like anyone who sells. It's like our sales call goes on and on and on and doesn't end. And plus, you have to be funny and improvisational in it. So there has to be some time to recharge the batteries. Where else did she take you?
We also got into some intimacy issues where the pee shyness came up. Where I'm like, I go, because I was already.
Well, how would you make that leap?
I was already just bawling.
Who could tell a teen girl I can't piss in front of people?
Well, I was humiliated.
Is she kind of hot?
Oh, yeah, you would love her.
I'd piss in front of her.
You could pee in front of her?
Yeah. I'm almost
not
pissing.
just in front.
My other thing, when I spin them around in the shower and do it on their ass.
Yeah, you would love this woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woman or a young girl?
Woman. Adult.
So at what point did you... Now, I'm sure a girl can't even relate to pee shy.
Well, I brought it up. And
Why? I had to be... And a pee shy! A pee shy!
The darkest demon.
Because we were talking about relationships and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And, she was like, could you picture, yourself being in a relationship? And that's why I brought it up, because I'm like, I can't even, I'm like, let me just finally humiliate myself completely. And I go, I can't even pee if somebody is all, in my apartment with me.
But, that's kind of a leap, Fez. You have friends and you don't pee around them.
Well, he's saying this, though. His pee shyness is that he won't even pee, like, at my apartment.
Right.
Or if I'm at his place, he won't go in to take a pee.
You got to be totally alone.
Because I will hear the shame tinkle.
Yes.
All right, so that is, to me, now let me just say this between me and you. I think that's an enormous leap for you to say that to somebody in a non-show setting.
Right.
Because you and I will say things to each other on the air that we don't say off the air.
True, yeah.
Like, I will have the isolation talk with you on the air, but off the air, I'm like, Fez is going to be doing what Fez wants to do, and I'll invite his stuff or whatever, but I don't go, Fez, you have to join J-Date. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Exactly. And I might say that to you on the air. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So to me, that's kind of a breakthrough for you. So first of all, did she say, did she write it down immediately and said, I've never even heard of this in another human being?
She wrote it down, which I hate.
That's going in the book.
But, yeah. And
it'd be like that Bill Murray thing.
Oh, yeah.
When he writes the book. Incredible hearing. All right, so what did she say to you?
Well, I went on and on too,
Yeah.
and it just got, she's like, what happens if you have to go at work? And I'm like, I can do it if I really have to go, and there's nobody else in the men's room with me.
Right.
And I go, and I don't even know what the right language is in there.
Yeah.
And I go, and I actually dropped my head in shame and said, and that's number one. There's no way I could do it number two.
Oh, God. You're using baby language with her, too.
I didn't know what to say.
But just think that. I mean, if I was to, I would have immediately wrote down baby language. He's stuck at age 3.
I didn't want to say shit in front of her. So
Why when you say drop mud?
She might not know what I meant, of which I speak.
A deuce,
You're
then.
replacing the floor.
Just say it's a deuce.
Yeah. So
Drop a deuce.
and then it went into, I never like to take my shirt off at the beach. It just went into all this.
Oh, God.
So it was an
Insane
outpouring,
talk.
like a confession. You gave a complete confession of your shame.
Oh, yeah, it was just all this, what a stupid thing for me to say. It was all these body issues.
All right, Pez, do you watch Mad Men?
Yes, I do.
Did you see last night?
Yes,
With
I
the
did.
analyst?
Uh-huh.
At the very end, the wife goes to an analyst, blah, blah, blah. And and then at the end of the show, the husband gets a phone call. The wife doesn't know this. And the analyst just tells her everything that was said.
Wow.
Now, you find that just ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Sheepy, my buddy, also said that. And I thought it was one of the most cringe-inducing moments in the world. HTG says to me, I see nothing wrong with it. And I think it's a loving thing for a husband to be able to do that for the wife. And then said, and she's serious, this isn't having fun, you and Fez need to do this. This way you'd be able to help him better. And I'm like, I would think whether it was my chick or Fezzy, that's their private place to work things out. That would be like me getting into their brain without them knowing it.
Yeah. Because if anyone else is involved, it doesn't matter, friend, wife, husband, you're going to change the way you present things.
That's why
Absolutely.
HTG says it should be done without that person knowing. And she's saying that, seriously.
But isn't that an essential confidence of therapy that's
I would
broken?
be even going beyond. I don't think the dentist should call you and say, here's what I want you to have your wife do. Or the doctor. You know what I mean? Like, that's something between you and that person.
Yeah, I get, because my therapist will talk to my pill doctor, and I had to sign off on a bunch of forms to let them talk to each other. Mm-hmm. And also the cardiologist is brought into it, too, because of the medicine that I'm on.
Huh.
All right, so you said you can't take your shirt off. You can't piss if somebody else is in your place.
Yeah.
She wasn't able to help you from there?
No, all she really said to that was, and it was towards the end, but all she really said to that was, a lot of more people have that than you think.
Here's the other thing, too. And this is directed to you from Deb. She goes, how can I help you, Fez, if you only tell me what you want me to know? And that maybe me and the shrink should be working hand in hand to fix you.
How is the other person qualified, though?
I'm qualified. You've listened.
Well, I mean,
you've listened long enough to know I want to get
that's
Fez
true.
out of
The
this
whole
jam.
kind of
or
carnies and rubes as psychology.
Or making it an entertainment for the listeners. So I really
More
should
prizes.
be hanging out
That
with this
DVD
woman.
sale.
Yeah.
Maybe
All right,
get
so-
Mountain Dew to sponsor.
All right, let's really get back to you on this one, Fez. Because
Okay.
this, to me, I know you don't see it as a breakthrough, but I'm very, very excited because, number one, you did that. Number two, I'd say yesterday was one of your best shows in years. But today, you seem like you're off again. And I'm just not saying I'm judging you that way. You judging yourself that way.
Oh, yeah.
In the early part of the show, you weren't having fun like you were yesterday.
Right, yeah. It was like...
So maybe you need this every day, extensive. Like Brian Wilson, you've got to shrink with you 24 hours a day.
You know what the difference is, though? Pole dancing. I think pole dancing is therapy.
Bobo, I don't know whether you're teasing him, but
I'm serious.
This is a serious time between me and Fez here.
Any sort of athletics is going to help.
Yeah, burn a little. I don't burn those demons out.
I mean, do you feel like you need to dance for men to feel good about yourself?
Or women.
No, I don't think so. That has never crossed my mind.
You did such a good
I love
job,
the dance.
though. That video I cherish it.
Bobo, please let me work with Fezzy now. This is a very important time that we're doing, and I know it makes you nervous, so you're going to silly Bobo.
All right,
but
I'm
this
sorry.
is really something. Fez is having a breakthrough.
Well, I do love Fez.
So, Bobo, please.
Okay.
It's really an important thing here. Now, Fezzy,
Yes.
you see that Bobo's not helping you by trying to bring things silly.
Right.
We're back to an important time here. You've told the teen psychiatrist that you don't want anyone to see your ninnies or you do number one.
Right.
What did she tell you to do? She says a lot of people are this way.
Yeah,
And it's fine?
Yeah, she basically told me there's no problem with that. She was telling me that I was normal in this respect.
Uh-huh.
So she really didn't seem like it was anything to worry about. And and honestly, I didn't say to her, listen, here's what I want to work on, being able to piss in front of people.
Right.
But
I think she was saying this. And this is like my one philosophy, is stop judging some of these dark things, whether they scare you or, you're like embarrassed because of whatever perversion you may have. My thing is to embrace that,
Right.
And what she's saying to you is, okay, you can't piss in front of people and you don't want to see anyone see your nipples. Is the real problem that you worry about that instead of that you have that? What is really bothering you? The fact that this is the way you are, or the fact that bothers you?
Oh, good.
Because I think that's what bothers you.
Yeah, good call on that, yeah. Yeah.
Because here's my thing I always tell you about going over the bridge. It's one thing if you going over a bridge freaked you out and you hated it. But that would only normally be 30 seconds to 2 minutes of your day. You're spending days sometimes thinking about a bridge,
Oh, yeah.
That's what fucks up your life. That's my point with it.
Right, yeah. Totally, with the phobias like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where maybe you'd be just better off screaming for the 2 minutes that you went over the bridge. And you know what I mean? Rather than for you going, I got to be able to go over a bridge. Because this is going on for as long as I've known you. You're wrestling with the bridge thing.
Yeah, because even if I am screaming over the bridge, if I'm not getting over the phobia, I see what you're saying, because at least I'm in the moment on that bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the source of panic, because I have anxiety attacks and all that stuff, and I was taught that when you go into panic, you focus on the panic. You don't focus on the event or anything else. You focus on the panic and you magnify it. It becomes like a self-generating thing.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Oh, what? Ryan, what is this?
Get rid of fucking Bobo. He's ruining the show. I know he's your friend and everything. It's
Oh, he's our
to the
friend.
party.
Now, what is your
Ron,
Bobo
please.
problem?
He keeps fucking chiming in. You guys trying to have a conversation, and he's fucking
No,
ruining
but
it.
I think you love Fez.
I do. I care very deeply about Fez.
And
I've had for a long time.
I think you do I want everything to be okay. Look at me, I'm Bobo. I always have an instrument. I got a beard. Look, everybody. Fez is working through this now.
Okay.
We are going to get, if you listen, what's your therapist's first name?
You know what? It's Elsa.
All right. What is she, like a big Norwegian? What is going on?
I know I'm
Pigtails?
saying
You
it
just
wrong.
totally turned
She
me off
drinks
there.
St. Pauli girl?
You would love her.
Yeah.
I should take a camera phone.
Let
in
me
there.
guess, because you love her? Is that why? Rod's going to love you, and all three of us will live together and we'll have a family, and none of us will ever have fear.
What's it like having a brilliant analyst right in the next bedroom? It's great.
All of a sudden, she's showing up, and you two, and then you'll be like this, Ronnie, you and Elsa, the reason why you don't get along is because you're so much alike, and I know it's going to work out. So, Ryan,
Yeah.
don't be mean to Bobo. He's our buddy.
I know he's your buddy. It was really bringing the show apart there. You were doing real good with Fez. It was going on, and he kept chiming in. And just
Bobo doesn't get to see us much, and the
I
last thing he
understand.
wants is discomfort.
Okay, I don't want to make him cry or anything.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan.
All right, so where were we, Fez? Oh, now and I want you to know this, Bobo. Elsa and I, hand in hand, will make sure that one day Fez will piss on Pal Talk with his nipples sticking out. I know we can get there. I know we can get there.
You know what's making me feel crazy right now?
Yeah.
Is that you're saying my therapist's name. I feel like worlds are colliding.
Because that was your safe place?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. And I'll just start to call you Elsa, too. That'll help. All right. So she's saying, now, how do you even feel about her saying, who cares if you can't piss? Does that seem like it's enlightening to you? Or does that seem crazy?
It actually seemed shocking to me when she said it, and she said a lot of people have this, and it's very normal. Mm-hmm. You know,
yeah. How many times have we done the show where people call up and say, "I can't do it either, Fez," or "I'm just like Fez"? But almost anything that you've ever said, people say, "I'm just like you."
I think when I finally gave it up to her, when I blurted it out, I was expecting her to say, well, this is a traumatic thing, and here's what you need to focus on to get past it. I was expecting all kinds of advice and actual,
Rather than, who gives a shit? It's not a big deal.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's what I got. And I'm like, so that was a little hard for me to take in.
But you brought up the relationship thing. Are we looking at some kind of a long-term goal for Fez Whatley to be on J-Date?
I don't know about J-Date.
Yeah. But, I mean, are you saying at some point you would love to be in a relationship?
I'm trying to figure that out right now. And I'm like, I want to bring it up to her. This time in therapy, I want to get fixed. I want to get, I want to do the work, so I really want to go in there and get something accomplished, not just, go in and waste time week after week.
Would you like to date Lucci?
No, I'm not ready to date Lucci.
Yeah, that's deep end of the pool.
Yeah, that's a little much.
Sheepy, where I know you'll dominate. I know you will.
I know I would dominate, but I think that's a handful to take on. Sheepy needs a lot of nurturing and stuff.
Do you think you would be more comfortable being the nurturer or the nurturee?
Probably the nurturee. I would say, because it's the role I'm used to. Because I've always needed help.
Right.
So
you want a mama or a papa? We don't know yet. We just now got to the nipples and pee.
Yeah, we just now got to the XM urinals.
Looking for someone.
ISO.
Non-smoker, able to leave apartment when I have to piss. Not into nipples.
Hey, do you hate the sound of pissing?
Yeah. Would you go outside in the rain if I have to piss?
That's when I knew we were meant for each other. pharmony.com.
P-less harmony. You know who would be perfect for you is Casey. And unfortunately, she just got married.
Man.
That's my wife.
Yeah, I know. But would you be willing to break up with her to fix Fez?
If it would help me?
No, I love Fez very much. I mean, maybe he could kiss her. I don't even know why I'm saying that.
Nice.
All right, what about that? Would you like to learn practicing kissing from Casey?
I'm not ready for that.
How about hand-holding?
Hand-holding's nice. I can do that.
I'd be willing to approve that.
Yeah. How about one of the hands is your penis?
I'm not willing
Is
to
that too far? You know what? This is why I'll never make it as a therapist. I rush.
Like I said, I want to get help. So, yeah.
What could be better help, though?
All right, did you work on anything else?
No, that was about it. And then just some other things that, some back home in Florida.
Other people's problems.
Other people's problems, exactly. Where I get stuck in the middle.
Oh, family fights?
Yeah, family fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's guess. Mother?
Mother's one of them. In this corner, the reigning champion. Mother.
You honestly think a lot of your issues are mother issues?
Yeah, but you know what? And I try, and you know what? So does the therapist and stuff. And I try to avoid that, because to me, that's reruns.
Yeah.
Going into therapy.
Well, you never fixed it.
No, true. Yeah, good point.
That is a problem. that you've never have fixed it.
So I'm really trying to focus on the here and now while I'm in there for my 50 minutes.
But I will. It's only 50.
Yeah, you don't get an hour anymore.
What it cost you?
I go 125.
Really?
Yeah.
You buy a lot of weed with that.
That's what's that? A half ounce?
What year is this?
Oh, that's right.
I'm in New York.
He remembers Four Fingers for 20.
Yeah.
And then straight in to see Foghat. I don't want you to be true. There was no
I don't want you
ukulele in that
to
song.
be true. I don't want you.
Sad and blue. I don't want you. All right, so Fezzi, I will say this, and you can tell Elsa, I see some progress.
Good.
And I would be the last to say so. But yesterday I thought you were amazingly fun, involved. You know, today you might have taken a small step back, but we weren't having those, hey, Fun Fezzi is here again and going crazy like you were yesterday.
Yeah. I don't know why that happened. That was every intention.
Who cares, though?
Yeah.
Who cares? Who cares why does it happen? That's Elsa's business.
Yeah.
When she's not out there milking Norwegian cows.
That's for her to work on Wednesdays. That's her Wednesday chore.
Is there any way, too, Fezzi, for you to bring a bucket in here and just pee on the air today?
Wow.
Are you at that point?
There is no way I could do that.
What if we took off our shirts and rubbed our bellies together?
No. No, ukulele man, no.
Here's a bucket.
That is not happening. And in fact, I've had like 3 bottles of water today.
Yeah.
From the inferno that we sit in here, Frank's place. And I all of a sudden you mentioned going in a bucket, and there is like not even a twinge of having to go now.
Here's what I love about this, though. You're doing better. Could I write down some questions about Earl, and you could just at the end just say, hey, is he too retarded to fix?
Yeah, and I would present them as problems I'm having.
Right.
If I feel, that as a black man I'm being persecuted.
Could you believe the way he started mumbling and bumbling in front of Wicky yesterday at that dinner?
Oh my gosh, it was such a great dinner. Went to Gordon Ramsay's place, London.
Fantastic.
Nice.
It was such a great meal.
And we crushed that man's credit card.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we literally crushed it. First of all, you can't move in there because people are swinging around and handing you things, and they all but jack you off.
Wow.
Yeah,
They all but jack you off.
you have a surgical team around
Yeah.
you as your wait staff, not just one person.
Wow.
Yeah, there's got to be 6 or 7 people paying attention to your table. So it was a fantastic meal. And one thing we like, whatever, some days we have good days with Wicky, some days bad, but we all like to go out and eat with him. Because he likes food, we like food, we're having a ball.
We can always have that common ground.
Then it was time for Earl to talk, and he literally went, I'm gonna be a better leader, and more assertive. And I'm going, what? Speak up more assertive, better leader. And then the thing that scared him most of all is Wicky said, he goes, things are turning around. It's really coming together. And he goes, okay, I'm going to start coming up more. I'm going to sit down and talk with Dave and Pitsy. No. Don't talk to them.
I can talk. I think I can talk to them.
And Earl.
Yes.
When we were walking out there yesterday, when you started talking, I'm like, why aren't you talking like this to other people? Why do you do the crazy talk?
Well, in that situation, I didn't want to really... because people were having dinner all around. I didn't want to raise my voice and just be like the one screaming voice in the room.
No one asked you to scream.
Everybody was talking themselves.
We just had to be able to hear you.
Well, I'm always kind of low key. I try to be low key anyway, but maybe I just
Then you
came off
can't
that
be
way.
the leader.
But in that situation, I was for whatever reason, I was consciously thinking, it's like, whatever you do, don't raise your voice to the point where everyone can hear you.
Nobody heard you at our table, and you were mumbling and bumbling.
And did you see him with the water glass? Did
Yeah.
you notice that? Bubba, he almost crushed a water glass. He started
holding it.
He started
Both hands.
clinging to this thing and almost juggling with it like it was a security blanket. That thing was so marked with fingerprints by the time it was done. I'm sure they'll never use it again at the restaurant.
Yes, I was holding a water glass. I was taking
On a
sip.
scale of 1 to 10, how do you think you did?
6.
No way. No way were you a 6.
Did Earl do his newest twitch, which is typing on his right shoulder, or his left shoulder with his right hand? Did he do that?
I didn't notice. Most of the time he stayed quiet. Luckily for him, Wicky had other problems that he kept trying to deal with. But when it was all the focus on Earl, he melted.
I had my suspicions because he came in today and apparently was here for half an hour and didn't come back.
It wasn't a half an hour. I got in
to talk
5
to me.
minutes before you saw me, Dave.
Why can't you
5.
talk to the guys? That was one of the things. You're supposed to go in and talk to the guys.
I walked in today. I noticed I forgot that O&A were off today. So I had to call ECC to test the audio, and that's all I did. I walked in, I made a phone call, and Dave saw me. He's like, "Why didn't you say hello?" I said, "I just got here."
And one of the things that came up, do you have the respect of Pitsy and Dave?
No.
And he said, I don't know.
We've told that to your face.
Just the day before.
Yeah, in our epic post meetings that are totally 100% concentrated on one thing.
Earl
Douglas.
That came up the other day with all of us. We were going, we're trying to, put together a new thing. And why are we always talking about Earl? But this was also good. Earl says this. I said the word system, right? So a minute after, Earl goes like this. It's going to be a new system. And it's going to be a system that everyone will be able to be on the system of the system. And that system. So I'm fucking staring at him. I'm glaring at him, going, why are you doing this? And I go, and what will that system be, Earl? And he goes like this. I don't know. He drops his head down on the table.
System of a Down syndrome.
Yeah.
He just picks up on one key word from Ron
system.
System of the system.
But if it keeps getting drilled in my head about, it's like, oh, you need to develop a system.
I was fucking drilling that in your head?
Not you in particular. But it just seemed to be the one thing that
How would you develop a system, Earl? Do you have any ideas?
I have some ideas. I haven't written them down yet. But I haven't.
The meeting was 3 days ago.
And how long do you know you've been on the bubble here?
I know I've been on the bubble for a while, but
why wouldn't you write down one idea of the system?
I'm one of those people where I formulate thoughts and then I put everything down at once.
How much time do you have, Earl, before this is over?
I'm going to work on it through the weekend.
All right, Monday? So Monday on the air, you will tell us the new system.
Well, one of the things that came out was that Don said, "Hey, make sure you have something by, end of Sunday." He said, "Make sure have something to look at on Sunday night." I was like, "Fine."
All right, so you'll announce that on the air on Monday too. We will hear the system.
No, not the system.
Like H.G. Wells
he
story.
gave me.
It's so vague. It's the system created by Earl.
I mean, that's one of the things I really get frustrated with, to the point where I can't even speak, because I always feel as though I'm, and this has been all my life. I've always been picked on, and then when you try to explain yourself.
Do I look like Elsie? Am I in?
Elsie.
You think I'm in here trying to help you work through this? I just want a producer who's not playing songs in Earl and Fez's head while he's trying to do a bit. I don't want you giving away the Nature Boy gimmick an hour before it happens, you prick.
And I didn't mean to do that. I was just listening to stuff in queue, and I didn't fail to realize that the button was on.
Earl,
that was a mistake.
Just scream that you're pee shy and start crying. It does wonders. Trust me, buddy.
I mean, I'm not pee shy. I mean, I admit I got problems.
You never piss in front of us.
I mean, I never.
Share a urinal right now with Dave, and I'll let you off that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, there they go.
All right.
Head to head.
Hey, make sure you touch dicks, Dave.
I am not touching his dink.
No, he'll do it. All right, we do have Dave and Earl in the bathroom right now. How are you, David?
Good. We're doing good. We're standing here at a urinal together.
All right.
And someone walked in, but we're going to go.
It doesn't matter who walked in.
Earl,
all right.
Please undo your thing. Well, Ron, he's completely hogging the urinal.
All right, you've got to give him room, Earl.
Talk to him. Yeah. No weird.
Earl, you
Yeah.
can't start until I say so.
All right.
All right, so let me know when you're both out.
I'm out. Are you out there? Yeah, I'm out. I'm out too. But he will not let me get into the urinal.
Earl, you got to turn sideways.
Earl, turn sideways. Let's go.
Well, if I turn sideways, I'll pee on the guy.
Yes. It's got to be face to face and then you turn.
We have to go face to face. I'm on the radio.
What is...
Touch mine.
What's that?
His thing touched my thing.
Nice.
Oh! Put Earl on.
And,
This
and I
Earl.
have to say, I think he even had a little pee on his.
Oh! Pre-pee. Earl, let me talk to Earl.
All right, here, Earl.
Earl,
Yeah.
you Mo's just slap dinks?
I'm sorry, I can hear you.
You Mo's just slap dinks?
Like he tried to touch me.
Did both of yours touch each other?
There was a slight rough.
Slight is all it takes. All right, hold on. Put Dave back on.
Everyone's having a breakthrough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave, lean right into him.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, Earl, just be calm and we'll just get this done.
What do you do? Get away from me. Get away. Get, come on. Just feel the pain. No, I'm not feeling nothing. Feel the power.
Okay, he just freaked out. He totally pushed me away in the crotch area.
All right, then he lost. You're the big winner, Dave.